Okay, great.
Right.
So I want to know, how much Spanish have you been practicing?
To be honest, I feel like I'm just repeating a lot that I'm using. Like, you
Like
know,
you're using
like
every day the same things?
I feel like, yeah, a lot of, just to get around, to reserve things, to book a bus ticket.
Okay,
Mostly
okay. But
things
what
like
about
that.
you? Like, are you understanding what people are saying on the streets?
Yes, I feel like I understand quite a lot. And sometimes it's a bit difficult, but I still understand. We had like this Spanish guide in La Paz. He did
Okay.
his city tour and it was quite complex and I felt like I still understood a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so tell me, ¿qué vas a hacer esta noche después de la clase de español?
Yo voy a cocinar
¿Con
pasta,
tu...
sí, con mi novia.
Ok, ¿qué van a
Por-
cocinar?
¿Perdón?
¿Qué van a cocinar?
Vamos a cocinar pasta con salsa porque
I
es
don't know.
muy barato.
How honest. How I thought you were going to come up with something so classy like, oh, because we like Italian food or something like that. But no, because it's cheap. Okay, okay. That's weird to listen from a Swiss guy. Okay, so ¿qué vas a hacer la próxima semana? Well, I mean, that's esta semana because we already finished this one. So,
Esta semana o la próxima semana
as in from tomorrow on. As in from tomorrow on, yeah, because this one is already finished. So.
True. Entonces, mañana vamos a tomar el bus a Potosí y es una ciudad más en el sur de Bolivia. Y después vamos a Uyuni, donde hay el Salt Flat. Es como un desierto de sal.
Wow, seriously?
Ajá.
So, I mean, like you visited in Bogota, the cathedral and the stuff, like it's got some tunnels made of salt, right?
Oh, yes, exactly. Salt Cathedral.
But there it's like a desert, whatever the pronunciation is,
Yeah.
of salt.
Exactly. It looks crazy.
Or, I mean, hey, you've got to share some pictures. That you no has
I keep
compartido fotos
forgetting. I'm
conmigo.
so sorry.
Oh, come on, mate. I mean, that's bullshit. Yeah, but that would be great. That would be great that you share the pictures.
I made some of those 360 shots, but I have not sent anything or uploaded. I'm
well, I mean,
bad about myself.
keep taking them, and when you get back home, share all of them. Like
Yes, the latest.
Share all of them. Yeah, I mean, exactly. At the very end, like you can, okay, this is a whole album made of 360 pictures on Facebook, so I can spend whole weeks watching those 360 pictures. Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine. Like right now, I'm in La Ceja. It's a town like 2 hours from Medellin. And my friend was like, "Oh, did you take any pictures?" I was like, "Hey, I'm going for a walk." And he was like, "Did you take any pictures?" And I was like, "No. Why should I?" He was like, "Wait, so I can see." I mean, and I was like, "We can go for a walk later on." And he was like, "Oh, but your family, you can show them to them." And I'm like, "They can look them up on Google." I mean,
true.
So I was like, I was enjoying myself. I'm not worrying about any picture, but I mean, I would love to see the pictures and the places that you're visiting. So, and with the 360 thing, because one thing is a picture on Google and another one is a 360 view.
That's true.
Which is like more immersive in my opinion. I think it's nicer. So,
yeah, that's true.
Okay, so, ¿qué más vas a hacer? ¿Qué más vas a hacer la próxima semana?
Vamos a cruzar la frontera a Chile. en el norte de Chile y nos gustaría alquilar un carro
¿Por qué?
por unas semanas porque así podemos tener mucho más libertad. Podemos hacer lo que queramos. Queramos.
You know what? I was thinking about you this week. And I was like, David should have taught me how to ride these fucking freaking electric scooters. I almost killed myself. I almost killed myself, literally speaking. I almost killed myself. I only rode I didn't ride. I barely rode the freaking electric thing for like 1/3 of a block. And I almost killed myself. I was like, how the hell people ride this shit? I was like, oh my God, I mean, I should have told David to teach me how to ride this shit because, I mean, I got so frustrated that I just left it. I was like, stop riding. Fuck it. I'm going on foot.
You ride motorbikes. That's harder than the scooter.
No, but you know what? The way that you play with your feet is different because I just didn't know what feet to put in front and which to put in the back. I just didn't know. I just didn't know. I mean, I was like, well, I guess that it's different from person to person, that some people use the left one and the right one, and then the other one in the back. I mean, you would guess that, but go ahead and do it. When I was trying to do it, I was like, and I felt like people were like kind of laughing at me, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to keep on making a joke on myself. I just left that shit like in the middle of nowhere, and I just kept walking.
I would like to see a video of that.
Yeah, I mean, I felt so dumb. I was like, oh shit, no. I mean, like, this is no. I'll definitely keep my motorcycle. I felt so unsafe. I was like, no, you know what? I keep riding my motorcycle.
That's funny.
Okay, so let's see the next voy a llamarte. Go ahead, pronunciation. Let's change it for llamarte. Instead of L-E at the end, just T-E at the end. So voy a llamarte.
Voy a llamarte.
Voy a llamarte. What's the translation of that?
Voy a llamarte. I'm going to call you.
I'm going to call you. Hey, so you know what? Now that we're recording this thing, I would like to tell people how much did you do of Duolingo? Did you ever finish the whole course?
All of it? No, I didn't do all of the exercises, but I spent quite a lot of time, especially before I came to Colombia.
Okay, so probably how many hours did you spend on Duolingo, or how many hours do you think people should spend on Duolingo? Of course, the way to go is by unlocking new units till you finish to the very end.
Yeah.
That's the way I tell people to do it. But how many hours do you think people should spend on it to have the level that you've got right now?
Well, there is this, I think you can choose between 3 options. You can say that you want to have them like, you want to make 50 points a day. And that requires...
Yeah. I mean, Duolingo says like, okay, you should have a goal every day, like 5, 10 or 5, 15 and 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah. But I want to know from your experience. Like, I know that you have studied with other resources, but let's just speak about Duolingo. How many hours do you think people should spend in order to have the knowledge that you've got right now about Spanish?
Well, I feel like in the beginning I spend around 20 minutes a day, maybe more sometimes. And
for how long?
For around 4 months.
4 months, okay. Yeah.
I feel like it didn't really help me to have conversations, but it definitely helped me to understand a bit and to get some vocab.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like it helps to help you build some vocabulary from scratch because you don't know anything, right? Now, the second thing that I think that people should do in order to have some fluency is because you need to start from your mind. like to put the process going, like to get it going on your mind. And the way to do that is by chatting. You did that with Tandem or Hello Talk. What application did you use?
Tandem I used for a while.
Yeah, I mean, chatting helps because it helps you think in the language. Like gives you some time to think, but you can still like, you understand what I mean? Like it's like
Exactly.
a real life conversation, but it's like in the middle of having some vocabulary from Duolingo and having a real life conversation.
Exactly.
You see where I'm? You've got some time to think, but it's still a real conversation you've got going on. So I think that's a second step of it, and then of course talking to people. I mean, like the ones who are living in a speaking country, English speaking country, they might as well just have like phone calls with these people they're talking to on Tandem or Hello Talk. There's another application called Allo, I think, and I've heard good comments about it. But it's all about. I think it's only for video calls or calls. So it's very nice. You get the chance to talk to people who might be learning your language, the language that you're learning.
Nice,
yeah. So it's nice. It's called Allo. So you kind of like swiping right and left when you want to hang up or go to the next person. It's very weird, but
like
it's something like that. Yeah. I haven't tried it myself though, but I've heard it's like that. You should try it maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. So I mean, you were saying 20 minutes for 4 months, right? But there's one thing that what's the percentage of the whole course that you did, that you completed of Duolingo? 50%, 60%?
I think around 60 or 70, and then after a while I returned and I stopped using it once I got to Colombia. And then
because you had the chance to practice with people,
exactly,
and stuff, and you were having lessons with me.
And I returned. I used it again after like a few months just to see like what's my progress or if it's much easier for me now. And then it was much easier. So I finished some of the last exercises you can do. And
I'm going to give you a tip for you to not make it so easy for you, because you haven't finished it. You've got to keep that in mind. So, for example, the way that I'm telling my people that my program is designed is that they should study, aside from the lessons, 2 hours and a half with any resource. It can be Duolingo or it can be something else. Like from scratch, I think the best option is Duolingo. Then after Duolingo, some lessons with me, or maybe my recorded lessons, or maybe my tiny cards, or maybe these chatting applications, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you.
I mean, that's definitely like, you don't get around making an effort. So like any way you do it, you have to.
You have to put some effort, right?
Exactly.
So I'm going to show you now. The first thing that I want you to do, you should keep on practicing Spanish. I mean, how long will your trip be in next month? I mean, how long will you be traveling? Like 3 more months?
Probably until July or June. So 6 more months.
You should definitely keep on practicing Spanish.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to show you, like you see these things, these castles?
Yes.
Those castles, they are exams that you can take in order not to have to take each one of the units that you are shown. Now that's the way you're going to pass the rest of the course that you haven't finished yet. You're going to take these exams because you're supposed to know more now than before, right? So, so I want you to check this out. Like in my case, it shows the skills that I've already got because I already passed the exam. But if you haven't finished, for example, these units of the screen, then that castle is an exam. It's some sort of like a level test or something. If you pass it, then they will grant you like you passed all those units, and they will unlock the ones that are down the page, right?
That's what I did. So I passed the one at the end.
So you're like this? You
Yes.
unlock till here?
Yes, but the thing is that there's certain parts like past subjunctive or conditional perfect that I don't know much about, but I still passed that exam. Maybe I was lucky. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I'm practicing future continuous. Like the last lesson I think that I uploaded, it's about future continuous and future perfect. And then I'm going to upload 2 new lessons tomorrow, and one of them I did it today, and it's about that as well. Future continuous and future perfect. It's a
Nice.
very good lesson for you to watch because it's future perfect. It's going to be something that you want to learn. It's a topic you want to memorize. And remember, you should watch a lesson 10 to 15 times that you can actually teach it yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you this. I guess that you unlocked till the very end of the course, right?
Yes.
But I guess that you've still got all the units in the first level,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. All in blue.
Exactly. So what I want you to do is that you're going to take the test to get to the 5th level of the topics that you want to be good at. So for example, of these topics I'm showing you right now, which one would you like to practice right now?
Maybe in casa because it's the most practical.
Yeah, definitely. So you tap the key. Oh, now the thing is that for you to take these exams, you've got to trade some lingots. So I'm going to trade 5 of mine.
Oh.
And let's see how you do.
I think I have to update my Duolingo. Mine is
You what?
I think I have to update my app. I feel like mine looks a bit older than yours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're updating it like once or twice a month, aren't they? Okay, so let's do this one. Their cleaner comes twice a week.
Sus limpiador viene 2 veces por semana.
Good. Okay, ¿quién hace el oficio? Well, first of all, ¿en dónde se están quedando?
Estamos quedando en un hospedaje.
En un hostal.
Es más como una casa privado.
Ok, un hotel.
Sí.
Ok, good. Bueno, mi pregunta es, ¿quién hace el aseo cuando están en un Airbnb? ¿Quién hace el aseo cuando están en un Airbnb?
¿Qué es el aseo?
Hacer el aseo is to do the chores. Like, who does the chores when you're staying at an Airbnb?
Like who? Me or my girlfriend?
Exactly.
Normalmente compartimos los aseos.
Los quehaceres, los quehaceres.
Los quehaceres.
Yeah, good. Okay, let's see the next one. Pronunciation, go ahead.
Tu visitante tiene que hablar con la seguridad antes de poder entrar a tu departamento.
Good. So that's the translation of it. So tiene que ver con la seguridad. I hate that. So maybe we should find me today. Oh no, it wasn't today. It was like yesterday, day after yesterday. I was getting like I keep my motorcycle in a complex I don't live in. But I mean, the guy has seen me like a bunch of times, and he was like, "Hey, what do you do here?" And I'm like, "I keep my motorcycle here." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I mean, like, come on, mate. So yeah, maybe we should find a cleaner for the house. So how do you complete this sentence?
Maybe we should. Tal vez deberíamos buscar limpiador para la casa.
Good. Okay. Pronunciation.
¿Qué tal si usamos el cuarto adicional como un cuarto para huéspedes?
Good. So how would you translate that?
How about we use the spare room as a guest bedroom?
Good. Okay. Turn on the television before the show starts. So go ahead. How would you say it in Spanish?
Prende la televisión antes de que el programa empiece. ¿El programa?
Oh. Yeah, el programa empiece. Now, for example, I'm going to start talking about this with you because before now, you have already read something about subjunctive, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, so the easiest way for you to learn it, or anyone, is to learn the words or the phrases that trigger it. So before is one of those words that sometimes triggers it. So for example, in this one is, so turn on the television before the show starts. So that before triggers subjunctive in Spanish.
That's why it's empiece y no empieza.
Exactly, that's why. So it's about that. It's about knowing the words and phrases. You can find the list on Google. Like you can find that very easily and some examples. But I will be saying the words or phrases that which trigger subjunctive in all these lessons that I'm recording. I already started doing it with Dustin. So yeah, like, I mean, if you watch any of those lessons, have you been watching any of those lessons?
Not much, to be honest, because it's just really annoying with the, I don't really have internet unless I'm at home, and then we're mostly outdoors.
Wow, you're a bad student. You can watch lessons. I have uploaded almost 140 lessons. 140 lessons. Those are topics that you might want to learn. And I'm trying to record lessons that I know that I only do once, or like lessons that are very weird. I'm trying to upload them because that's the content that I want to share with people. So that, yeah, like, I mean, like you can find the time I haven't even taught the time in my channel because I know that many people have already done it. So I don't care. Why would I do that? Would I do something that someone already did? Not only someone, but a lot of people. So
yeah, sure.
So this one. So pronunciation. ¿Cuántos cuartos de más tiene?
¿Cuántos cuartos de más tiene? How many spare bedrooms does it have?
How many spare bedrooms does it have? Good.
De más is uses spare.
Yeah, exactly. De más can be the translation, one of the translations for spare. It can also be extra, as in extra extra in English is the same word in Spanish. Extra.
Yeah. Okay.
So turn off the stove when it is not in use. So go ahead.
Turn off the stove when it is not in use. Apaga la estufa cuando no esté en uso.
Yeah. So you see that's a subjunctive as well. No esté en uso.
Yeah.
Okay? Cuando no esté en uso. But it would be with when and a passive voice in use. Oh no, that's in the passive.
Apaga la estufa cuando no esté en uso.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like I need to check that out because it's not always, but when or by the time sometimes triggers subjunctive. Not to get into details, but it sometimes does it.
Yeah. Okay.
So pronunciation of this one, go ahead.
Viene alguien a recoger la basura los domingos. Does anyone come to collect the trash on Sunday?
Sunday. Perfect. Pronunciation of this one, allowed.
Did you turn off the stove? ¿Apagaste la estufa?
Yeah, good. Apagaste la estufa.
What's
Nice.
conejo?
Conejo. You don't know what conejo is?
No, not sure.
Conejo is a rabbit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Do you know what a liebre is?
Liebre. No.
Liebre. There is another way to call a rabbit in English, but I forget. Are you aware of that? That there is another word?
Rabbit and yeah, there's one is more like a pet rabbit and there's a word for a wild rabbit.
Yeah, something like that. Or isn't it more like a wild rabbit or something like that?
So that's liebre.
That's a liebre, exactly. That's the other word in Spanish. Now, now it's very funny because we've got this saying here in Colombia. Le dieron chucha por liebre. So the translation of that is like he was given or you were given chucha is like some sort of a furry kind of big rat instead of a liebre, which is the rabbit word, the other rabbit word.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's basically used when you were scammed by someone.
Scammed.
Yeah, when you were scammed, like someone cheated on you some way. Yeah, and so you would say like le dieron chucha por liebre. It's like, oh come on, man, you were cheated. Like you were scammed by that asshole. So yeah, like chalk it up to experience, mate. So let's do this one. Pronunciation.
¿Tiene la casa un cuarto de más?
Mm-hmm.
Does the house have a spare bedroom?
Have a spare bedroom. Yeah. For example, a spare tire, as in the one you use for a car, that's una llanta de repuesto.
Una llanta de repuesto.
That's a spare tire. Now, a flat tire, do you know how to say that?
Llanta plana. I don't know.
Okay, flat. I mean, that's one of the translations, but that's used for like ground or like an area.
Yeah.
But for a tire, it's una llanta chuzada.
Chuzada.
That's how we say it. That's how we say it here in Colombia, though. I know it may change from country to country, but I mean, depending on the context, even if you said it like in Colombia, people should be able to understand it.
Okay.
That's my guess, though. So I hope so. Hopefully, people will understand. So this one, they usually collect the trash in the morning.
They usually. Usualmente recogen la basura en la mañana.
Recogen la basura en la mañana. You know what? I'm going to call this lesson, before I forget, you should call it like that. How to use Duolingo. Or how to learn with Duolingo. How to learn.
That sounds good.
Duolingo. Y como, I'm going to like this. Spanish course 2, because, you're 1. We're doing the guide 1, right?
Yes.
How to learn with Duolingo, como aprender con Duolingo. Today is, curso de inglés, and today is 19/01/20th. No, yeah.
2020.
That's the title of the lesson.
All right.
So let's go on. So usualmente recogen la basura en la mañana. Once again, pronunciation.
Usualmente recogen la basura en la mañana.
Estás esperando a un visitante. Pronunciation.
¿Estás esperando a un visitante?
What's the translation of it?
Are you waiting for a visitor?
Are you waiting for a visitor? Good. But you're doing quite good. You're doing quite good. Let's see how you do with this one. Our building doesn't have electricity.
Nuestro edificio no tiene electricidad.
Good. No tiene electricidad. Electricidad. Good, good. Electricidad. Traduce electricidad.
Electricity.
Yeah. Electricity. I thought you were going to be rustier. I was like, this guy, let's see electricity. Let's see if how rusty he is right now. Because I don't think he's been studying that much of Spanish.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
true.
you've
Well,
been doing good.
it really depends what the topic is on. Sometimes I feel quite stupid when I try to say something, and sometimes it's fine.
You know what? That's common. It even happens to me. Like sometimes you feel like dumb, like you have forgotten about everything. Although I
Yeah.
listen to an English podcast for at least 1 hour every day. But yeah, it happens. It's just not our native languages. And I mean, this is like your second, third language that you learn
Yeah.
aside from your native one. So, I mean, like, come on.
True.
You're good. You're good. So turn off the lights when the room is not in use.
Turn off the light. In the room. Apagué las luces cuando el cuarto no está usando.
No esté en uso.
No esté en uso.
Yeah, once again, apaga las luces cuando el cuarto no está en uso.
Apaga las luces cuando el cuarto no esté en uso.
Now, you could also say apague, but that would be the imperative conjugation for usted. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, both of them are correct though.
All right.
Turn on the oven while I cut the chicken.
Prende el horno cuando cortó el pollo.
Mientras.
While.
Okay, once again, pronunciation, prende el horno mientras corto el pollo.
Prende el horno mientras corto el pollo.
Maybe we should find a cleaner for the house.
Tal vez deberíamos encontrar un limpiador por la casa. Para la casa.
Now, here in Colombia, we would say la señora del aseo.
La señora del aseo.
Yeah, like the cleaning lady. Are you waiting for a visitor?
Estás esperando a un visitante.
Visitante. You did great. I thought you were going to be way rustier. Estás esperando. You did great. You did great. You just helped me pass the 4 levels, I think, of my. Oh no, only three of home. The aprendizaje, blah blah blah. This gets hard. In order for you to keep on learning new stuff, you need to do these exams the way that I just showed you today. So you can learn like some new stuff, and they aren't teaching you; they are testing you. So they will show you like stuff out of nowhere that they haven't shown you whatsoever.
That's
okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So try to do that. I mean, that's what I was doing with religion today. I was trying it out. That's pretty much a way to go for you at this level that you're in right now.
Yeah.
So okay, mate. So I'll talk to you. Can you stop the recording for a bit, please?
Yes.